Hi, my name is Sarah Saby, and for episode number 3, we're going to be creating a fingered crochet rug for your home. And you saw the image leading into this live video. Well, it's not actually live, let's face it, I recorded it. But that rug was done with, let me see here, it was done with 19 skeins of, let me get my tag. Let's see, I've got this big ball of yarn here that we're going to be working with today, but the one that I used for that rug was called Biggie, and I used 19 skeins. The process is going to be the same, except this time for this video I'm going to use loops and thread huge yarn. It's a little bit bigger. I only have 14 skeins of this, so I'm not positive what the size is going to turn out to be. On the other one that you saw, the size was 56 inches in diameter, so it's a pretty good size rug. Our kids with paws love to lay on it, so you saw a photo of Tatum laying on the rug. There's plenty of room. We could probably have all 3 of our labs lay on these rugs. They're durable and they're soft, and they're probably about, I'm just looking down at it, about 1.25 inches thick. So very comfortable to walk on, very comfortable to lay on. Make it whatever size you want. I'm going to see how big of a rug I can make out of this particular yarn. So let's get started. Now, to start with, I'm going to sit right here, but you can see that when you've got yarn this size and making a rug that size, you're going to have to go to a spot, either the floor or your bed, whatever is the most comfortable for you, because these get large and they get heavy, and it happens fairly quickly. So that rug that I made that was 56 inches in diameter, it took me just a little more than 3 hours to make it. So these are quick projects. The results are really good, but you're going to have to find a good spot to sit. So I'm going to just start right now, and the way I start all of my projects that are done in the round is I start with a magic ring. So I want to leave enough of a tail that I can create this magic ring. And to do that, all I'm going to do is just create a loop here, and you can see I've just made a circle with my yarn. I'm going to bring up a loop inside that circle. My working yarn is behind there. I'm going to put this tail over here to my right. So we have the working yarn on the left, the tail over here, and all I need to do first is just do a slip stitch right there. That's securing my ring so that I can put my single crochet stitches inside of this, this ring. And what I want to do to start this is just do 6 single crochets inside of the ring. And here's how you hold the yarn. So you just put your thumb and your forefinger through the loop, and when you come down to grab your yarn through the magic ring and have your working yarn here, all you do is put your forefinger through and just grab that working yarn, and then you'll have the 2 loops then on your thumb and your forefinger. And to finish it, you just bring the yarn through both of those. So that's my first single crochet inside of the magic loop. I need 5 more of these, and as you can see, you know, I'm sitting here with this big ball of yarn on my lap. It weighs, by the way, 7 pounds. So if you want to get some exercise, you could toss this around a little bit before you actually start crocheting it. Just a thought for you. So I need to do 5 more single crochets. Again, I'm just using my 2 fingers here to hold that loop. And when I go inside my magic ring to grab the yarn that's behind it, I'm only going to use my pointer finger. So I'm pulling that yarn back up. And you're going to find when you're working with yarn this big that they've tied knots throughout it. And you just deal with it, use it, and then we'll trim it at the end. So I pulled through my loop. I've got 2 loops on my thumb and my pointer finger. I'm going to just pull that through. And now I've got 2 single crochet, 1, 2, inside that magic ring. I need 4 more. And you want to do this fairly loosely because you don't want to have the center of your rug puckered up. So let's do number 3. And again, we'll deal with any of these pieces that were tied together at the end. So there's 3. Here's my 4th one. Here's the 5th one. And let me get some more of that yarn off of this. And here is the 6th one. So I just did 6 single crochet inside of that ring. And you can see we've got a gap, a hole here. And that's what's nice about the magic ring. You pull on the tail end to actually close that hole up. Now you don't want to pull it too tightly because, again, we don't want the center to pucker. We want to just pull it enough that it actually closes that center up. And if there's a little bit of a gap in the center, that's okay. We just don't want that 1 inch or 2 inch gap in the center. So that's as far as I'm going to pull it. So that's really round 1, getting your first 6 single crochet ready to start the rest of the crocheting in the round. All right, now that we have our base of the 6 single crochet inside of the magic ring, what we're going to do then is for each round, we're going to increase each round by 6 stitches. And for the first round that we're going to do, we're going to do 2 single crochet in each of the single crochet around. So we're going to go from 6 single crochet to 12 single crochet. Going forward, we'll just be working in a continuous spiral. And the other thing that we're going to make sure we do is we're only going to be working in the back loops of each of these single crochets. So this is a full single crochet right here, if you can see that. And the back loop is the only loop we're going to be utilizing as we go. And that's going to put a ridge up around the top of your rug, which makes it look really nice. So again, I'm going to start with having my 2 fingers through the loop, and this is my working, loop. And I'm going to then begin by doing 2 single crochet in this first single crochet. And I want to make sure you can all see this really well. So this is the first single crochet. We're going to do the back loop only. So let me stick my pointer finger through the back loop only, grab my yarn. Now I've got 2 loops on my fingers, and I'm going to pull it through, the yarn through those 2 loops, and that's my first single crochet in this first back loop of the first single crochet in the base here. Boy, that's a mouthful. So the other thing that you want to do as you're working this is you want to have something to mark where you're at, so you know where you're at as you're coming around each time. So I'm going to just take this stitch holder and put it in the front of this first single crochet I did. So I'm going to just secure it in there. I just leave it hang, and that way I know when I get to the end of the first round. It's real simple. I mean, you can count right at this point, 12, but when you get up into the higher numbers, then it gets a little bit more difficult to keep track of. So use a stitch holder like this, or anything, tie a piece of yarn, whatever you want to do to mark that first stitch so you know when to stop that round. Okay, so I have 1 single crochet in the back loop of the first single crochet. I'm going to do another one in the back loop, so that is 2. And I'm just going to keep going around the first 6 stitches here and working 2 single crochets in each of the back loops. So this is my second one. I'm going to do 2 in that one. And let me get some more yarn here. This is, again, a good lesson for you to realize why you really need to be in a spot that provides you with more space. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on my next one. I need to do 2 single crochets in the back loop only. And we'll keep working around, and you can see we're building our way up here. Keep building, and you can see how nice and thick this is too. And this is why these work up so fast. So let's keep going. And once I get through a couple rounds here, I'm not going to show you every round, but what I will say is that as you are doing this, every time you create a round, you're increasing each round by 6 stitches. So it's a pretty simple thing to follow, knowing every time you do a round it's six additional stitches being added. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So, okay, I've got, I better find out. See, I start talking and then I don't know if I did a second one in there. So there we go. I need a second one into that one. And then I'm on my last stitch here, and I need to do 2 more single crochet in the back loop only of that stitch. Now you can see I'm back to the beginning. There's where my marker is, and that means I've completed that round. So I should have 12 stitches now going around here. And I'm going to count just to make sure that, you know, while I'm talking, I'm actually able to crochet at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 stitches. That is the next round. And then as we go through, I'm going to do one more round here. This next round, again, we only want to increase by 6 stitches, so we won't do 2 single crochet in each of these. What we'll do is we'll do 2 single crochet in the back loop of the first single crochet, and I'm going to mark that first single crochet I just did so I know where my round ends. So there's 2 single crochet in the back loop of the first one, and then in the next single crochet we're only going to do 1 single crochet. So there we go, and we're going to follow that pattern. 2 single crochet in the next one, 1 single crochet. Do that all the way around, so you'll go from 12 stitches to 18 stitches. So finish that up and we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, so getting through with that round, you can see, I mean, we're already getting to, you know, a good size piece that's probably about 8 inches in diameter already. And we're going to just, again, keep working this. And you'll be able to see, I mean, this is a patterned yarn, but you can still see how it's starting to get the ridge forming up on the top. And that's because we're crocheting in the back loop only as we go around on this. So as your rug gets bigger and bigger, it'll become more pronounced, that continuous spiral that's going around the top of your rug. This is, again, these are good size thickness rugs, and I'll tell you, just feeling the material on this, it's so soft that you'll want to walk barefoot on these. Put them in the bathroom next to your bed. They're just really nice rugs. Okay. So I came to the end of mine because here's my marker. We should now have, let's see, we did 6 in the first round, 6 single crochet into that magic ring. The second round we did 2 single crochet in each of the 6 single crochet around. The next round that we did, round 3, would have been 2 single crochet in the first single crochet and then a single crochet in the following single crochet and following that pattern around. So now we're at round 4, I believe that would be. And what we'll do for this round is we'll do 2 single crochet in the back loop of the first single crochet, and then we'll do a single crochet in each of the next 2 single crochets, again, back loop only. So that's the pattern that you follow around. Again, I'm not going to video all of this as we go, but keep in mind that each time you complete a round, you're going to increase the next round by 6 stitches. And it's pretty easy to figure out because all you're doing is adding an additional stitch between the increased stitches. So after this round, it'll be 2 single crochet in the first one, then a single crochet in the next 3. The following round would be a 2 single crochet in the first one, single crochet in the next 4, following that pattern all the way around each time. So, and then you just keep doing that until you get to the size you want. You might want to stop at, you know, a 24-inch rug if it's for a bathroom. You might want to go 36, 48, go up to the 56. If I'd had more yarn for my one shown at the beginning of this video, I would have gone up to 6 feet. I probably would have just kept going because these are a lot of fun to make. They're really quick, and I think the results are really nice. So keep working your rounds, and then well, I'm going to do this, see what size I can get, and I'll show you what the finished size is, and I'll show you how to finish these off so it looks really nice and polished when you get done. So we'll be right. Okay, I decided I didn't want to wait till we got further along, because one of the things I want to talk to you about before you get too far into your rug is those increased stitches. I've told you that for each round you're going to increase by 6 stitches each time on every round. The one thing that you need to do in order to keep your rug in a round shape is alternate where those increases are. Because if we keep putting increases on the very first stitch and follow that pattern around, what we're going to end up with is not a rug that's round, but a rug that is an octagon or hexagon or some kind of gon, which has, you know, all the different sides on it. So you want to make sure as you're doing, as you're doing your increases, that you space out where they're going to be. So I'm going to just show you this for this round here. I'm actually on increasing and then doing 3 single crochets, then increasing again. But instead of doing my increase in this very first stitch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet in that stitch, and then I'm going to do an increase. And I'm going to just keep randomly changing where I put my increases. I always need to make sure I've got the 6 increases in each round, but I want to make sure that I'm spacing them out. So I just did a single crochet in that first one. I've marked it. And now I'm going to do 2 single crochet in the back of this next one, so that, again, we're not stacking 2 single crochets on top of one another and forming a hexagon. Or, like I said, whatever gon it is. I'm not into all those things with sides, so I don't know exactly what the names are. Okay, so then I just did 2 in the back loop only of that second single crochet, and now to get back into my pattern, I'm going to do 3 single crochet in the back loops. So it's only at the beginning that you need to change up where you're going to put that first increase. So keep it random. Once you come to the spot where you're going to put that increase in, then start the pattern around. Keep in mind that you have to have that increase within the number of stitches. So for this one, I only had 3 stitches in between my increases, so I couldn't start single crocheting with 4 stitches, 4 single crochets at the beginning, and then decide to put my increase in. I have to do my increase within those first 3 stitches. And as your rug gets bigger and you get more single crochets between the increases, then you can start, you know, you've got more room to play around with as far as where you want to put the increased stitches. But you always have to have 6 on each round. You need to increase by 6 every round. So you can figure it out. Just wanted to put that out there for you so you know to keep your rug round, to switch up where you put those increases. Okay, continue on. Okay, I completed my rug, and you can see I'm down to my t-shirt now because, again, these get really heavy and they're very warm. So I'm going to finish this off. I wanted to come back and show you what I do to finish off the rugs. So I stopped on a single crochet. I did get 15 rounds done with the 14 skeins of yarn I was using, and the final diameter for my rug was 39 inches. So to finish it, I'm going to do a couple of slip stitches. So I have the next 2 single crochet stitches that are here on my rug. I'm going to actually slip stitch into those. And to do that, I'm going to still work in the back loop of the single crochet. And all I'm going to do is pull up the tail through that back loop and then just pull it through the loop that's on my finger. So that's 1 slip stitch, and I'm going to do 2 of those. So just pull that yarn up, pull it through the loop on my finger. Now that leaves this amount of tail left, and what I do is I just go ahead and pull that tail through, and I want to now kind of blend this in. So I'm going to take this tail and I'm going to go to the next single crochet, and I'm going to put the tail through the back loop again, back loop only. and I'm going to make this look like it's another single crochet. So I've put it through the back loop. Here it is on the front. And what I'm going to do is come back, and where that stitch, where that yarn came out of, I'm going to put it back into that stitch. So we're going to basically create what looks like a single crochet stitch in here. If I can get this yarn pulled back through. So now that's the end of it right there, and it makes it more blended. The only thing you'd have left to do is just to take this tail and weave it into some stitches on the back to make sure it's secure. Now I'm going to show you how mine turned out. I'm going to use it in front of one of our sliding glass doors. So take a look at that. Well, that concludes this episode. So I hope you enjoyed making a finger crocheted rug, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be having a lot of other videos coming up. The next one that I think I'm going to do is a finger crocheted afghan that is using some really chunky yarn and works up very fast and is probably the warmest and most coziest afghan that you'll ever make. So stay tuned. Leave comments below, and if you have any questions or need help with any of this, just let me know. You can put it in comments and I'll respond to you. Also, if you have any ideas that you want to see created, let me know that too. Last thing is, I recommend that you make yourself a cup of coffee if you finished that rug, or tea, and sit back and enjoy yourself. Have a good day.